Hello from Paul Hand and welcome to Vanta, Finland's fourth most populated city. Finland is one of the world's northernmost countries bordering the Baltic Sea. This land of the midnight sun offers visitors beautiful scenery, wonderful outdoors adventures and delicious cuisine. Vanta is a few miles north of Helsinki, close to the west banks of the Vanta River, which flows through the city and into the Gulf of Finland. Well, there's a little early morning fog outside, as there was yesterday. The haze will soon lift off and the stadium will emerge from the mist, and it'll turn into a warm, radiant, sunny Tuesday morning. Badminton's elite descend on Vanta for 8 days of premier badminton action here at the Energia Arena for the TotalEnergies BWF Sudirman Cup finals. Badminton action to unfold all week here at the Energia Arena. And here's our map showing the extensive reach of the participating teams from far and wide across the globe, indeed from all 5 continents, French Polynesia to Egypt, China. We have a new competition format involving only 16 teams playing in 4 groups, days 1 to 4, to feature group stage action to be concluded on Thursday night. This is a cup, a test of all-round strength of a team. Well, here are the group standings. Anticipating the dominance of Korea in Group B, Germany now need to beat Chinese Taipei today on court 1 to keep their bid for the quarterfinals alive. It's a strong Korean squad on paper, and they take on Tahiti today, the French Polynesian island of Tahiti. And then second matchup, it'll be a Group B battle, 4 times Malaysia will take on their opponents today, later in the second session. And there's the huddle of Korea, imposing, aren't they? 4 times champions, 91, 93, 2003, 2017, and 4 times losing finalists as well. Confirmation of the match we'll be bringing on court 2 from Group B, Korea take on Tahiti. That'll be coming up anytime soon. Here's the Tahiti huddle, a developing badminton nation who are passionate about growing numbers in badminton in their country. The French Polynesian island only has 245,000 inhabitants, but a lot of the islanders have fallen under the badminton spell. Today they're rubbing shoulders with the second most successful national team. First up to get us underway, men's singles, featuring a Korean who's been AWOL, whose last tournament was the All England Open in March 2018. He returns after a long absence from international competition. Jeon Hyeok Jin, he takes on Heiva Yvonet today in the men's singles. That's the first match out. Following that, it'll be women's singles. Ansi didn't get the call up. It's the Korean women's singles number 2 who will be up following that. So a couple of singles for you, men's, followed by women's, and then men's and women's doubles. And then to round out the action on session 1, we've got mixed doubles for you following that as well, with an unusual Korean pairing. So look forward to that. They've pretty much put out their B team today against Tahiti, but they are really strong on paper with so much in reserve. Their best players rested.
South Korea and Tahiti. Men's singles, Jeon Hyeok Jin of Korea.
Well, the players have been announced. They're making their way to the court as we speak. Jeon Hyeok Jin of Korea, the Korean number 2 behind Hyo Kwon-hee. Here he is. His last tournament, as I say, was in the All England in March 2018 for the 26-year-old, who was Ulsan born. 5'10", or 1m77. And here's his Tahitian opponent, Heiva Yvonet, just 17 years of age. Both of these guys unranked, but the Korean, I can tell you, has been up to 16 in the world back in June of 2016, 5 years ago. First time they've met, So nothing previous to go on. So the Tahitian electing to stay at the end that he walked on. And the warm-up just about to get underway here. .26 years of age, ranked 358 in the world these days, from Ulsan in South Korea. Jeon Hyeok Jin. Yeah, so he's basically had, from when he was right up there in the rankings, top 20, a 4-year break pretty much. Highlights of his career: 2017 he was the champion at the Korean Masters, and there's more to come as well as we say hello to Heiva Yvonet, just 17 years of age, 1m85 from Papit in Tahiti. Huge moment for him today, rubbing shoulders with a previous former top 20 player. Now that's going to be a massive uphill battle. Botswanan umpire keeping an eye on things, and familiar service judge, the Norwegian Michael Faridal. Many of the Tahitian badminton players juggle their sport with work or school commitments. 8 of the Tahitian players are under 20 years of age, and they clock in as many training sessions as possible with that sort of, many of them unprofessional.
Ladies and gentlemen, on my right, Germany, represented by Linda Oeffler.
So Tahitian badminton still in its infancy with limited training resources on the island. Of course, it's all about the environment that you create. That'll evolve as they are as players. But Badminton Oceania have stepped in to lend support and expertise to enhance overseas development, training camps in New Zealand, etc. And today they're rubbing shoulders with the second most successful national team in the Sudirman Cup. So just about to get this men's singles underway then in this tie between Korea and Tahiti. Paul Hand to take you through it. Enjoying it.
Tahiti, represented by Heiva Yvonet. And on my left, Korea, represented by Jeon Hyeok Jin. Korea to serve. Block on. Play.
Well, encouraging rally there.
1 love.
From Heiva Yvonet.
Service call for 5. Service over. 2-all.
2 love.
All of the Tahitians unranked. Tournament exposure tricky back home. Need to get on the plane. And that means it comes at an expense.
3 love. 4 love.
But he's anything but starstruck, the young 17-year-old. That's good.
3-all.
Tahiti lost out to Chinese Taipei 5-0. Every match was won inside 25 minutes on court 3 on day 1. But there's two ways to react to that loss, isn't there? You know, with the right mindset, you take the positives and forge forward and start goal setting on the back of this whole Sudirman Cup chapter. It all goes into the experience bank, and there's plenty to work on returning back home for these guys. But the challenge is recreating that high-performance environment.
8-love.
Heiva played doubles with Glenn Lefol in the previous match against Chinese Taipei. They lost to Lu Qingyao and Yang Po-han. 21-1, 21-3 in just 22 minutes. But he's already had on-court exposure live. That's encouraging. But in the singles in their last match, it was Elias Leblanc, the young 14-year-old, who lost to Jeon Hyeok Jin of Chinese Taipei, 21-5, 21-3 in just 17 minutes. So change up in the scenery this time, putting the slightly older man into, I say man at 17, a boy, frankly. He's 11-love down at the turn to a strong showing at the start from Jeon Hyeok Jin. 26-year-old in the driving seat of this one with an 11-love lead.
Quand tu l'amènes au filet, il a tendance 80% du temps, quand tu le joues au filet, ou quand il t'amène au filet, tu le joues au filet, il relève derrière. Quand tu joues au filet, tu après avec la main haute pour essayer de prendre l'avantage.
42 milliseconds. 42 milliseconds.
For Heiva Yvonet has just had some few words from captain, the 41-year-old Liu Kuswell, who himself has a men's doubles ranking of 1,645. He's the coach and manager. Well, it's like this man's never been away, isn't it? A 3-4 year absence or so away from the game. Jeon Hyeok Jin looks very sharp out here. Well, he's got so much, hasn't he? So much experience, the former top 20 player in black. And he really is masterful at the moment. With time on shuttle, he is calling the shots. And of course, it really doesn't favour the Tahitians that it's actually quite a slow haul here, so it's tough to, you know, rifle down a couple of fast smashes to get a few cheap points. None of that. It's everything is very much kind of hard work in that regard. And hard to come by, as you can see from the lopsided scoreboard. But he wants to get something on there just to, you know, drop the shoulders and relax a little, you'd imagine.
15 love.
But this man, not in charitable mood right now, as the Koreans look on, fairly stern-faced. It's all very business-like, understandably. They just want to get through the group. That's what they're here for.
16 love.
And they saw Chinese Taipei, who are on the next court today, contesting against Germany, come through 5 love against Tahiti, and they won't be outdone.
17 love.
Oh, nice try. Well, this match really does have the look of man against boy, doesn't it? 26-year-old against a 17-year-old, and of course his explosive first step, this man in black, is just that little bit more powerful as a pro athlete. It's just those years of exposure just mean that he's ultra sharp, despite some lovely silky hand skills from the young Tahitian.
19 love.
Oh, he's got it. He's found the line. And the Tahitians behind the court suddenly have something to cling on to. No wonder they're all smiles. We're on the board, guys. Rocking and rolling.
Service over 20, game points 1.
Well, 11.
Game. First game won by Korea, 21-1.
Well, the first game secured inside 10 minutes then for Jeon Hyeok Jin. Mercenary, 21 points to 1. So an uphill battle for the Tahitians already in this opening men's singles.
Service ball pulled, 2-5. Service over. Thirteen, 12. Service over. 17-14.
Code 2, 20 seconds. Code 2, 20 seconds.
Well, it's a solitary place, isn't it, a badminton court, when you've not got a lot on the scoreboard. It feels like a bit of a library right now, and you don't really want to make too much noise. But he's got to sort of express himself and see if he can sort of settle down, really enjoy himself. This is a thankless task for this young Tahitian, but hopefully he'll come away with a positive experience. Can he get more points in game 2? Not judging by that. Wonderful cut from the Korean number 2.
Love.
Service over. 16-15.
3 love.
And I guess an example of this would be a regular car playing having a race with a high performance sports car. But, it's going to be lopsided, isn't it? Because of the hours that this man's put in through his former years in evolving, and the Tahitians so young in their development, really. Fabulous little cross block there, though. He was very, very alert, wasn't he, Yvonet? That is encouraging. Can he build?
Service over. 5-1.
17-16.
Yeah, just beating him for pace, isn't he, at the moment?
6-1.
Jeon Hyeok Jin. And for this young 17-year-old, bless him, the court, the other side of the net's going to be feeling like a postage stamp size right now. But he's got a lot of deception in those hands.
7-1.
17-all.
8-1. Service over. 18-8.
Yeah, short lift away gets the treatment. And Jeon Hyeok Jin growing in confidence as this is unfolding more and more, and he's starting to align his game for sterner tests that lie in wait, you sense. That's wonderful.
10-2.
But credit to Heiva Yvonet, he's keeping his chin up and forging towards the sun, trying to build as much as he can and enjoy this experience. Not easy.
11-2 interval.
So, to the mid-game interval we go with another 11-2 advantage in favour of the Korean. Yvonet looking slightly downbeat.
Service hold call. 2-5. Service over. 19-all.
Tu vois, et toi, tu as la raquette et du coup, tu vas chercher derrière. Quand tu vois qu'il est en retard devant, soit après, lève un peu ta raquette et soit après intercepter, c'est là que tu peux prendre un tâche. C'est le moment où tu veux. Okay, après, s'il te remet au filet, non, s'il peut, tu l'as pas, il anticipe qu'il va te donner.
Steep learning curve for this young 17-year-old Tahitian. He's right up against it, a Korean wall of solidity right now, who is yielding nothing cheap.
12-2.
And for him, the youngster with his back to us, he's witnessing first-hand badminton at its very best. Now this is either a massive motivator or a kind of complete crusher, isn't it? It depends how you see things. You're a glass half full kind of person, he'll need to be. So much to work on, but much more of a challenge rather than a threat. He's enjoying himself out here.
14-2.
And let's face it, he was 9 years younger as well. There's a gulf in experience and quality. We knew that coming in.
15-2.
Serves over 21-all.
16-2.
Good for Jeon Hyeok Jin just to get some live court time. And this will be an easy bedding in for him. Looking very comfortable, a little bit greedy there.
16.
Serves over 22-21.
Yeah, deceptive. He's giving his opponent the run around there.
Service over.
It's very
17-3.
relaxed.
Serves over 22-all.
18.
Well, it's always going to be a tough ask today against a more established powerhouse of a nation like Korea, but every nation needs to start somewhere. It's an evolving, embryonic situation for Tahiti. Small nation with big ambition.
Unsighted.
19-3. Match point.
Time running out for Heiva Yvonet. It's Jeon Hyeok Jin with match points.
Game.
Totally orchestrating affairs today, wasn't he? The Korean number 2, Jeon Hyeok Jin, the 26-year-old former world number 16, comes through comfortably with the loss of just 4 points, 21-3, 21-1, 21-3 in just 18 minutes. That's all that he needed. A very businesslike, purposeful on-court demeanour. He's done his job. His day is done. He'll go and support the rest of his teammates. But Korea go one love up after the men's singles in the blink of an eye. Just 18 minutes. Confirmation of the score. And that's one notched up on the overall tie situation for Korea. No nonsense from Jeon Hyeok Jin. Coming up next, it's going to be women's singles. Kim Ga-yeon, the 23-year-old world number 17, she'll do battle against Hiroto Kurei, a young 16-year-old Tahitian. So don't go too far. That'll be imminently. We'll leave you with some highlights from the previous match. Here's the scene inside the hall, the Energia Arena, a vast multi-sports complex here in Vanta, Finland. Down to 2 courts today, having had 3 in play for the first 2 days of group stage matches. Here we go then. So the order of play: Jeon Hyeok Jin having won in men's singles in the blink of an eye. He now has warmed up the court, and Kim Ga-eun will be on as the women's singles number 2 for